Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric, and just a few short weeks ago, Nintendo came out with the Nintendo Labo VR headset. It was a very exciting time, very interesting to see Nintendo dabble in the world of virtual reality, and it was met with mixed criticism. I was taking more of a let's wait and see approach. While it did work a lot better than I thought it would, I was still left a little kind of cautiously pessimistic when it came to how Nintendo was going to take care of its latest VR venture. Now, it was also recently announced that two of the biggest Switch games of all time would be getting an update. Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. Two of the greatest games of all time, actually. Debatable, right? They got a VR treatment that actually just came out today, and I played them for a little bit. Got to see if they were actually compatible or decent enough to be in VR, and I have some things to say about it. So guys, if you're brand new to the channel, feel free to throw a subscription, and let's go ahead and begin our discussion of VR Zelda and Super Mario. Alright guys, so before I go and give you guys my thoughts, I'm going to get some initial impressions of both Zelda and Mario recorded for you guys, and then I'll talk about it. Deal? Deal? No deal? Well, too bad, because I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, so there is Cap Kingdom. It is the, I guess, one of the earliest stages in the game. As you can imagine, it is not a full VR experience. It is a third-person view of you controlling Mario. It looks a lot similar to the demo, I guess, games that you have where you control the little robot character. It's that kind of view. So while it is kind of cool that you're looking at Mario from a 360-degree vantage point, you're kind of like perched up in the air. It is not the full experience that I along with a lot of other people, were hoping. But let's be real, don't get your expectations too full. You know, I expected this, especially since the original trailer for this stuff made it look like you were just going to be in a 3D environment. And just to clarify, that's what VR looks like. It looks like that, but then the lenses make it one appearance. As you can see, it's like a 360 view. You can spin around completely and see right aside from you. So yeah. Alright, so I have Breath of the Wild in here. They did say the whole game is compatible in VR. So let's check it out, as Keeb would say. Again, this is going to be a third-person view of the game. Don't expect it to be like you looking at first-person, like your Link or anything like that. But it is still cool that you get at least the option. I'm going to be honest, you know, it would have been cool if they did something more like Skyrim VR. But, you know, the fact that they showed support, it is, you know, this 2 years later, they showed support and added an update, is interested. And holy crap, am I getting motion sickness already from this. So it is like a behind the view look. Holy crap. It's not the same way as how Super Mario Odyssey is. So you're more of like right behind Link's shoulders. And you could move the camera left and right, but it does look a little spotty with the frame rate. And holy crap, the motion sickness is real with Breath of the Wild. And also the graphics look really grainy. They don't look as colorful and vibrant as the normal way of playing Breath of the Wild. So this definitely downgrades the way the graphics look, which is sad. And I wish I could show you guys exactly. Well, if you look down, you kind of zoom up and you get like an overhead bird's eye view of everything, and it's not that bad. But, man, holy crap. Did I get some fucking vertigo from that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Zelda. Just to kind of show you guys how it works, it's kind of like a view of the game like that. You know, it's the camera's rotating right now because the VR's off, but it's kind of like a weird overhead third-person view, but from behind. It's not like where you're at one fixed location looking at Mario, if that makes any sense. But holy crap, the motion sickness on Zelda is real. So I was kind of, let's be completely honest here, excited and kind of cautious of how Nintendo would treat the VR experience, not just with these two games, but just as a whole. The Nintendo VR kind of goggle kit is interesting. It works as far as it being a tech demo goes. The mini games and everything are great the way they are presented on the Nintendo Labo VR kit. You know, cute little stuff that just takes a matter of a few minutes to try out and test and everything. And there was one mini game on there that kind of had you guiding a little robot around, jumping from platform to platform and collecting stuff on screen. And as soon as I saw that, I felt, okay, this feels like a test demo for something that is potentially like Mario. And I started to build this suspicion that the VR for Super Mario Odyssey would be something similar to that, especially when I saw the preview that announced the VR capability, just showing Mario in a third-person view, like if you were watching Mario in the distance in a 360 type of environment, something that you would probably see like on YouTube with 360-degree video. And I was like, all right, our hopes are shattered. It's most likely not going to be a first-person view of what Mario's doing. That would have been stupendous. If it was first-person Super Mario Odyssey in a VR environment, I would never leave the house ever again. But there was some, you know, realistic expectations that needed to be done. It was next to impossible, especially with the power of the Nintendo Switch, for the game to be made into something like that. It definitely would have taken its toll on not only developing it, but producing it to where it would look great enough. And what we saw in the preview trailer is exactly what we got, except you're able to actually spin around and stuff and look at the environment for Mario Odyssey. And it was cool. I mean, it was fine for what it was, but obviously for a full gameplay experience, it's honestly just a handful of levels where you find musicians located on the stage, and you it's basically a hide and seek, you know, scavenger hunt type of thing with you looking at Mario from a distance. It plays exactly like the demo that's on the Labo VR kit. So I will say that I was actually disappointed, but my expectations were not high. Like, I didn't go in thinking, oh my god, this can be the greatest fucking thing ever, Mario Odyssey in VR. I was surprised at the announcement, but I did keep my expectations in check, and I will be completely honest, it was a letdown. It was cool, nice of them to consider adding that VR mode to it and everything, and showing support for one of the greatest games ever have, and showing support for one of their newest peripherals, which does work. It works a lot better than I would have expected. You know, it's made out of freaking cardboard and it has lenses here, but let's be real, you can't go in thinking the Switch is going to have, you know, the capability to do great VR. It's like borderline what a phone could do. So Super Mario Odyssey in VR, while it works and everything, while it's neat to look at, it's something that I'm probably honestly not going to go back and check out. So it was a little bit of a bummer. But the one coup de grace that I wanted to see is, I wanted to know, is Legend of Zelda in VR going to be an amazing, breathtaking experience? They advertised this as the full experience of Breath of the Wild being available in VR, and the first thing that I wished it would be Skyrim. Like Skyrim VR. Skyrim VR came out not too long ago, and yeah, I was hoping there was a way that they would have made that, even though that was a completely, again, unrealistic expectation for them to make the game completely full. Again, what was in the preview is what you saw. This is a behind the view, like it's actually a unique camera angle. It's not like the one that's regularly in the game. It's kind of like an over the shoulder look of Link, and you guide the camera actually with moving your head. Like if you move left, it rotates around, right rotates. If you look up, it kind of goes like underneath Link, and if you look down, you kind of have like a bird's eye view of Link. But I will say this VR experience completely downgraded the beauty that was Breath of the Wild. The graphics looked grainy and horrendous. These were probably the worst looking graphics I've seen of Breath of the Wild ever in VR. It totally just killed everything that Breath of the Wild had that made it majestic. And it is cool. It's neat that the whole game is available to play in VR, but good luck doing that. I want to meet the first guy that completes Breath of the Wild in Labo VR, because within seconds, within minutes of me playing this game, I was car sick. I had motion sickness big time. I didn't get it so much with Super Mario Odyssey, but with Link, Breath of the Wild, Zelda, I had a tremendous motion sickness. I started cold sweating, I had a headache, and I just felt like I was going to puke. So while it is cool, while it was a unique experience, it's more of another third-person experience from behind the shoulder that you can control the camera and stuff, but it's not anything that I could see anybody playing long-term, because it got me sick. I'm sure it can get other people sick, and I wouldn't even want to think of because I think it's recommended kids 7 and up play this. I wouldn't even want to think of how a 7-year-old would feel playing this, and who would want to play Breath of the Wild completely grainy and everything. So while I do appreciate the effort, again, of Nintendo going out of the way to do this, it's an experiment, maybe a fad. I know a lot of people say VR is a fad. I really hope they figure out how to get the Labo VR working together, or maybe this is like a test. Maybe Nintendo will eventually be producing a full-fledged headset, something that's better, something that's more powerful, something that works. Maybe they'll just make a VR headset that you can put the actual games and stuff inside instead of using your actual Switch. Like a Switch VR type of thing. Who knows? But either way, it does have a long way to go. I'm going to be completely honest here. I don't know if anybody else that's on YouTube has even tried this out yet. I think I saw Nintendo Cade live streaming it earlier, but I don't know if they experienced the same feeling of like motion sickness or any kind of like the graininess or anything like that, or if they kind of were disappointed. Again, I had expectations that I kept in check, but it would have been nice to see it perform and be a little bit more innovative than what they did. It feels like they played it safe with the Labo VR, so I'm going to be completely honest with that. Completely honest. So guys, hopefully they get it together, and that's it for the video. Thanks a lot for watching, as always. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. Don't forget to leave a subscription and a like. Comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description.
3,